how are you? Hi, everybody. How are you? Okay, so I'm in my pajamas just because, I just don't feel I'm not going to do anything but hang out with my family and eat and relax. So I just didn't feel like getting dressed today. So I'm in my pajamas. So, yeah, am I in my pajamas? I sleep in a long onesie. Okay, people, a long onesie. Thank you so much for the wow. Thank you, Miss V. Wow, that's really sweet. Thank you for the $50. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get into this interview. So, I didn't work today. I was relaxing. I'm trying not to work all weekend. I have family out from Kentucky and I just want to hang out. And Vegas gets really fun around this time of year through September, maybe October. It's really fun. So, I try not to work a lot. I do a lot of Vegas things around the city. And that's why I like living here. And so I work as little as possible. Okay. You guys been through this before. Try to work as little as possible. And then around that Thanksgiving time, I really put in the work. But right now, it's about leisure. So that's why I'm doing this tonight. But I was really curious with this interview because this story has been dominating the blogs. I mean, oh my God, it's everywhere. And I just wanted to see what was going to happen because before she even opened her mouth, I just automatically assumed that she's telling the truth. This just the story just makes sense to me, right? Rocky has asshole qualities. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever did a story about cheating where everybody involved I don't like. They're all jackasses, every single one of them. Not one has a redeeming quality. Latasha, you're an idiot. You knew all the time. Unique, you're a gold digger. I'm sorry. That's what it is. Rocky, you're a jerk, and you are in some ways very, very similar to R. Kelly. Okay, I need to get the details on what went down in the bedrooms. You might be peeing on people. You are very similar to R. Kelly. And I think somebody needs to get the ages of these women that he's allegedly having affairs with. He is so R. Kelly. He's cringy, okay? So before the interview even gets started, he calls Tasha K and tries to threaten her, okay? Straight up R. Kelly style. He talks in circles, everything, bunch of words, but they don't make any sense. But he did say this: you might not want to show that interview because you never know what's going to happen after the interview. Threat, okay? Threat. Tasha handled him very well. Now, I did not like the way Tasha K covered the Larry Reid story, but this one, she did a really, really good job. She wasn't phased by the threats. And he says that me and my wife, we've been through this before. Nothing's going to break us up. No one's trying to break you up. We're trying to get to the story, okay? And you, sir, are trying to prevent her from putting out this story. For me, right there, and she put that on her YouTube channel. So you guys can go see that on the YouTube channel. No one's scared. Nobody's scared of you, Rocky, okay? You little R. Kelly Jr. I have a feeling all the rumors about you are true. I believe you got women for R. Kelly. I believe you turned a blind eye. There's nothing redeeming about this guy. He is a jackass, okay? And yeah, if somebody is interested, because I'm not interested anymore in digging further in this story, check out the ages of these women that he allegedly um, had affairs with. Okay, so let's go into the woman. This woman was her name is Unique. Before I get into that, someone sent me something earlier, and it's a clip of allegedly it's Unique years ago with her first baby daddy on divorce court. I'm not making this up. Let me play a little thing, but it sounds like her. Someone says Sharrell. This is definitely Unique, but Unique is not her real name. Let me put it up here. Hold on. So someone sent me this. So allegedly this is Unique way back in the day, and her name is not Unique. This last name's the same, which is Foucha, but the first name is Tia Wanda, not to be confused with Tijuana, the place in Mexico. Tell me if you think this is her from years ago. They said about 10, 15 years ago.
I mean, everything was fine. I mean, we were young kids just being in love, you know, and then things just didn't feel
Oops, sorry.
right to me.
Now, as you can see, it says Tia Wanda, and allegedly this is her. Now, I'm going to get very specific here. I'm going to let you listen to this in a minute. I'm thinking, people, the person who sends me this, I think it's her. You can't hide that accent from anywhere, okay? We all know a Louisiana accent, baby. I can't even do it. But the accent is still the same. But so why would she change her name to Unique? I'm thinking because she's not as innocent as she's putting on. And if you really think about it, okay, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody here. This is just the way my mind works. She kind of reminds me of a stripper. Okay, there. I said it. I'm not trying to be mean to you, Unique. You know, you put your business out there, people are going to comment on it. You give me stripper vibes, okay? Because you tried to play real innocent in this interview. Let me go ahead and play this, and you guys tell me if you think this is Unique from 15 years ago.
Right to me, like with his family, like compared to my family. My family welcomes anybody, you know, you have to give them a reason to not like you. But with his mom, I remember when I very first started going by his house, just sitting around or whatever, and she could be in the kitchen cooking something, and she never approached me, like, you know, Tia Wanda, would you like something to eat, make yourself comfortable, things like that. It would be, Tyron, she want to eat, you know, and I kind of felt like, why? You know, I'm sitting right here. She can talk to me, you know.
Okay, that's it. You guys are not buying it. That's you, Unique, okay? That's you. Your name is not Unique. Your name is Tia Wanda. Well, how would you name your kids? It sounds like Tijuana. You know, I used to live in California. It's too close. I used to go to Tijuana every weekend. But anyway, if this is you, why would you change your name to Unique, spelled a old funky way? It's a real weird spelling. I'm starting to think you're not as innocent as you put on. So let's go on to let's go into what went on in this interview. Okay, the very first thing that she said, she stressed to Tasha K how upset she was with Tasha K because Tasha K did not believe it when she first heard it. She kept stressing that I am not a homewrecker. This was a real relationship, baby. No offense. This is my Louisiana accent. We was in a real relationship, baby. You know, I mean, it was real. She stressed how upset she was with Tasha. Now, I know Tasha K got to pay Cardi B a lot of money. I'm just going to give you a little sample of what happened because this is from her app. Hold on.
And since it's not that, this was a real relationship. So that's why y'all didn't get everything because, you know, it was just a relationship. He pissed me off, but I still was in love. So I didn't want to hurt him or destroy him. Yeah.
She is explaining why she came out the first time and said that she was pregnant by him and put the ultrasound on her Instagram, and then she took it all back and said that someone hacked into her Instagram. She claims that she didn't want to hurt him. She was just mad at the time, and she was mad because, according to her, he kept leading her on. He kept telling her that he had to stay with Tasha because he was put banking money to the side for their life. Now, right here, you know this man is married, okay? So you gets no sympathy over here, okay? Unique, the alleged stripper. I'm calling you a stripper in my head. You look like a stripper. You act like a stripper. You have stripper ways and moves. I don't know if you're a stripper, but in my head, you're a damn stripper. Okay. You knew he was married. You waited 5 years before you came out. According to her, she got pregnant by him 3 times. The first time she had an abortion. She said the baby's name was Timeless and that he really pushed her into having the abortion. She had it, but felt really bad. Hold on. She wasn't a side chick if they were in a relationship for 5 years. She was. She was a mistress. It's giving second wife. Now, let me tell you why she was a side chick. Okay, I'm not going to let her off the hook here. You knew he was married from day one. You knew that Tasha's money was his money. You knew that he was taking money from Tasha for you and your life. I do not give her the damn credit of calling her a mistress. She was the side piece. You knew exactly what's going on. She kept stressing how, but I loved him. Tasha said, well, what are some of the things that he gave you? We went on trips together. You know, I knew all his friends. I was at T.I. She was at T.I. studio. Now she about to get T.I. in trouble. They were kissing at T.I. studio. Everybody knew who she was. Girl, yeah, Cole saw too. That's who she is. She is the side piece. You intentionally got into this relationship because you thought you were going to get money out of it. You thought you were going to get a house out of it and possibly a husband. But you end up getting played. And every time you felt that it was going on too long and you wanted him out of this marriage, you would run to the internet. And you claimed you loved him. He showed no signs of loving you because if he can only see you when his wife is not around, that's not love. He pressured you into getting abortion the first time. I mean, the first time was a miscarriage, okay, and he was relieved about that. The second time, he didn't want the baby, and then I think it was the second time she didn't even tell him she was pregnant, and then the third time is this alleged baby. You knew what you were doing. I don't like women like that. You knew that this was not his money. You knew. You admitted it in the interview. You were just waiting around for your opportunity. I don't care. I'm not trying to go off on you, Fame without sense. I'm just saying she gets no passes from me. You didn't get pregnant once. You didn't get pregnant twice. You got pregnant 3 times to secure the bag. But the shame's on you. The joke's on you. Because after you had that baby, he still wasn't marrying you. You knew about the other women. You knew. So let me get off because y'all. Let me get back on track now. I lost my mind. Hold on. So she says that she got pregnant 3 times. The whole time she was waiting for him to leave his wife. So the plan was, and she said this out of her own mouth. The plan was to get enough money from Tasha, the only person working in the family, so they can go buy their own place. And she was waiting and she was waiting. And, you know, in the meantime, they went on trips. She gave Tasha all these receipts, cash apps. He would give her money. And that's what you do for a side chick. You're not the mistress because the mistress knows your role. You know your role. You wanted fame on top of everything else. She goes and makes a rap song. Let's go to her Instagram really quick, okay? This doesn't give me mistress. This gives me stripper vibes, okay? Stripper vibes. She never says how they truly met. I wouldn't be surprised if it was at the damn strip club. This is a music. Look, and she's on the damn pole. This gives me stripper vibes. Okay, I know a stripper when I see one. And what are you doing with the pole? You look like you at the damn strip club. What does it say here? Some song she's getting ready to sing with a damn stripper pole. Okay, please. You were looking for a come up, girl. A come up. That's just how I feel. I'm sorry, guys, because I didn't like her. I didn't like her one bit. Ooh, I can't even play this. Let me get off this damn site hold on. Stripper vibes. Stripper vibes. When you so he tells her he's getting ready to come on the show. Okay. And she's thinking more money, more money. Then he starts pulling away. And this is when she has the problem. He would tell her, listen, stop hounding me on when I'm going to leave my wife. Then she claims she found out she was going through some stuff and found out he was with other women. That's what R. Kelly does. That's his homeboy. That's what they do. They go from woman to woman to woman to woman. Hopefully, what's name? Bivens' women were of age. I wouldn't be surprised if he peed on you. All the signs were there. He is a bum. And I think you're using this opportunity not because you care so much about him and love him so much. He's in the spotlight again. You made a rap album about it. You've opened up a YouTube channel. You're on Tasha K. Girl, get out of here. I understand why Tasha K did what she did. You got to go ahead and, secure an interview. I got it. You got to pay Cardi B. You got a lot of bills to pay. And, congratulations on scoring a big interview. But it doesn't change how I feel about her. This woman is looking for a come up. And you were willing to wait 5 years. He'll pay for this, pay for that, take you here, take you there. But every time you say, when are we going to get our own? And it never happens. And he avoids the question. And at the end, he starts yelling at you, stop asking me that. There's no way in hell you didn't know you were being used. I can't with women like her. I just can't. I don't feel sorry for her. I thought Tasha K had her pegged right the first time. Girl, you're a gold digger looking for a come up. But you're running into a problem because let me tell you what. So Rocky calls in to threaten Tasha K that not to run this interview because you never know what's going to happen. That's a threat. Then he says, besides, me and my wife is strong. She believes everything I tell her. Go watch it. It's on her channel. Go watch it. She believes everything I tell her. So listen, Tasha knows. You sat up there with this man that cheats on you whenever he can, but steals your sister's money, and you still with him. I reported yesterday that Escape doesn't want to work with, what's his name, Rocky anymore, i.e. Tasha. I don't blame them. He's horrible. He's absolutely horrible. Feel sorry for nobody. You're standing by his side, Tasha. You completely get whatever you get. She's going to end up leaving you anyway. She's saying there's more women, more alleged babies. Girl, he's the R. Kelly. He's the R. Kelly Jr. Okay? Please. I'm telling you, he probably then peed on somebody. Peeing on people and locking them in rooms. I don't feel sorry for her, not one single bit. And I don't know what you thought was going to come of this interview if people were going to loosen up to you and be like, okay, yeah, we feel sorry for her. Because, she said, Tasha says, what is the things that make you love him? What do you love about him? She said, he was just confident. He told me, he's a real man. Yeah, okay. You're looking for a come up, girl. Listen, if you are stripping, and I just have a feeling that you are, or you used to, that's going to be your future. If you keep picking bums like Rocky, because he's not even the talent, he's associated. His wife is the talent. Girl, this is gonna be a hard life for you. This is not the first time you're gonna be coming out talking about he used me. He did not use you. You allowed yourself to be used. Okay, so I'm not going to give away all the interview, but I told you the important parts, that she's full of shit. And she gave, Tasha tried to call him on air. She tried to call him. She said, give me your phone. She tried to call him through WhatsApp, but he clicked it off or something and didn't take the call. But she said it said something like, she might have permanently be banned or something like that. She tried to call. Listen, this woman was looking for attention in this interview, sympathy, that he used me. He mentally tortured me. He mentally, because he wanted her to have the abortion. And he played with my mind. He played on my mind to help me have an abortion. If that's true, you went back again. Okay, so you can only play victim with me once. And in the difference between the side piece and the mistress is the mistress knows her role. The mistress knows her role. What you're trying to do right here is look for a come up. It's a big difference to me. You're looking for the come up. You claim you were in love with him. You just got played and you're upset. He kept giving her excuse after an excuse. Well, we have to go on another tour. Well, she's about to sign this record deal. Oh, she's about to do this and this. For 5 years, you put up with that. And you expect us to feel sorry for you. If anything, your interview served as a good model for women to have their own. And don't listen to bum ass niggas, bum ass ninjas that is just looking for a piece of ass when they get to that city. Men like Rocky have what did Ludacris say? Holes in different area codes. This is when you mess with anybody famous, like the athletes, the musicians, the roadies, the managers, stuff like that. That's their life. It's very, very rare that you find someone in that life that is very dedicated to their wife. Unless you married a psycho like Jackie Christie that went everywhere with Doug, that's a part of the life. So now it seems like not only were you getting small children, girls, for R. Kelly to pull into a sex ring, he had his own ring going on. Please, she said, Latasha was the wife and I was the girlfriend and the other women were the side pieces. You better go get tested immediately, okay? And not for another pregnancy, for STD, okay? Because y'all had a sick R. Kelly thing going on here, okay? Girl, please. She tried to seem innocent. She asked Tasha to apologize with her. This was your come up. And you'll be on someone else's channel because you're looking for attention. This is your chance to get him back for playing you and allowing yourself to be played. And now you're going to try to have a come up out of this. I don't think this interview did anything to help anybody. It didn't help Latasha. Latasha's going to still be Tammy Wynette, and she's going to stand by her man because she's just that blind. You're going to allow him to steal from your sister. But here's the thing, Tasha. Escape is getting tired of your ass, and there's a little thing called karma. You're going to get what's owed to you because of the things that you did to your sister. This man, when it's out in the open and all these other women come out, he's going to leave you. He don't really like you. You were a meal ticket. Okay, he was with you for your money. Somebody had to tell you. Has to be me. He's not loving you like that. He probably made excuses to stay on the road with R. Kelly, and they had some hella parties, okay? R. Kelly, please. As a matter of fact, Rocky Ash, you're probably in jail for being an enabler to that sicko that goes by the nickname R. Kelly. This was not a good idea to do this interview. I doubt if one person feels sorry for you. You're crying. I hate that you had a miscarriage. I hate that you had an abortion. But at the end of the day, he was giving you signs that he was no good anyway. Okay. She claims that because she could talk to him, he talked to her on the phone a lot, that it was a sign to her that relationship was no good. Okay. Okay. All right. I hope my daughter-in-laws never come across this. You are not a good example of what a woman is supposed to be. Girl, you knew what was going on. You don't play innocent now. You're the side piece. You thought you had him wrapped like that, and that eventually he would either give you shine and get you in the music industry, which you ultimately want to be in. These rap songs that you're coming out with, and the new YouTube channel, you prancing around rapping. You want to be in the music industry, and you thought he was going to be your manager, and you would be the new Latoch Scott. You thought you would be the new Latoch Scott, and he gave you the runaround. That's how I feel about it. It's a lot going on. I'm not trying to drag her. I'm not trying to drag her. This is about my response. This is my response. I don't like her. You're around the way girl. Back in my day, that's what they used to call it. I don't know what you call it these days. Some people call you a side piece. They might even call you coleslaw. Matter of fact, she acted the same exact way as coleslaw. Because you guys remember coleslaw, who also interviewed with Tasha K. Coleslaw wanted ultimately to be on that show. Can't nobody tell me different. Coleslaw wanted to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville. This girl wanted to be in the music industry. They lowered their standards, belittled themselves, thought that the baby would bring different results, just like coleslaw. And so, you end up like coleslaw. You're not going to get any different results than coleslaw. Child, I've been talking 26 minutes. That's how angry I was. But at the end of the day, it was a good interview from Tasha K's point of view. You got her to come in. She showed a whole bunch of receipts. She had 5 years worth of receipts. But I'm not shedding one tear over you, Rocky, or Latasha. I don't feel bad for you, Latasha, because of what you did to your sister. And you're making a conscious decision. You stole this woman's money. Rocky changed the address and forged the checks. There's no getting around that. As a matter of fact, your ass should be in court. And you better be glad that Tamika is not taking you to court, but she needs to. She needs to take you to court. What time is it? All right, y'all. I'm going to take 10 minutes worth of questions and then we're done. Yeah, so head over to the app. If you didn't catch the app, I pretty much gave you the rundown of everything she said, which is about nothing. She spent more time telling Tasha, you judged me wrong and you need to apologize and you're calling me a hoe and you're calling me this and that. Girl, stop. Opinion, help me calm down because that damn interview.
Now, Sharrell, you know that ain't no coleslaw. That's some watery potato salad.
Oh my
Let me tell
God.
you. Let me tell you something. I told you. She worse. She worse than coleslaw. Like you really can't give her the coleslaw name. She more like the dang biscuit. Okay, she
Look,
ain't no side dish or nothing. Like she just. I mean, at least this the thing. At least Martell halfway claimed her.
I
You know,
know. He did claim the baby, didn't? Yeah,
right?
Martell
That's
gave the
what I'm
baby.
saying. Rocky
Mhm.
ain't even
The
trying to
baby.
halfway claim her. He ain't even trying to halfway claim her. She the biscuit. She that dried up biscuit you don't
Biscuit.
want.
Yeah, she's not cold. So you're a dried up biscuit, girl.
Oh my
Dried
God.
up biscuit. And here's the thing. Do
Hi,
you
Diva.
Hi,
do
I saw
Diva.
you earlier.
Oh, you did?
do you
I
guys
saw
think it's
you
a
Good
earlier when
job
you
coincidence?
was interviewing the dad.
on that
The
interview.
doctor.
Oh,
Good job, Diva.
you interviewed the dad?
Not me by myself, another content creator.
You
Like it was on her channel.
you have to tell me how it went.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a coincidence that now she is focusing on this rap career? She
Listen,
had she had that in mind from the beginning.
let me tell you though, but see the thing is, Sharrell, like these, whether you want to call them the mistress, the side piece, or whatever, they existed way before we were born. They're gonna exist after we leave, right? They always want to be in the place of the wife. That is always their goal,
Yep.
no matter which one they are.
Mhm.
Arion wanted it.
Yeah.
This chick wanted it. But if you saw when he did, because I was watching Tasha K earlier and he called her, like he's a straight fool, right? And my thing is, if you heard what he said, he was like, yeah, I had other relationships outside my marriage, just not with her. This chick, like, come on now. The chick has 5 years worth of receipts. You
Yeah.
can't deny 5 years worth of receipts. You could call her what you want to call her. but you was with her, right? I mean,
Mhm.
for 5 years of text and all of this, that's a lot of receipts, right? And so, but my thing with her is you said you know what they say it a lot. Who else said that? You know, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. So she played the game, right? She played the game with somebody else's husband, and now here's her consolation prize. You
Yep.
over there by yourself. He's
Mhm.
denying the baby, denying
Mhm.
you, threatening you, saying that he's about to sue you and talking about the feds, this, that, and the other. But this is what you get because that wasn't your husband, and you knew this man was not single. So you rolled the dice. You rolled the dice, honey, and it was a crapshoot because you lost out. So she can show us all the receipts that she wants. You still knew he was married. You were spending somebody else's money. It's like the Wendy Williams situation, right?
Mhm.
Serena, you knew that wasn't Kevin Hunter's money. So now you over there in Florida trying to figure out how y'all gonna save your house from foreclosure and eat dinner at night. And that's the same thing that's happened with this chick now. You
Mhm.
never ever deal with somebody else's man. Send him back
Mhm.
wherever he came from. And there's plenty of single men out here with money. So she got what she got, and now she's gonna have to explain to her kid why
Mm.
father don't
Mm.
want to know them, deal with them, or even
Mhm.
acknowledge that they exist. It's messed up because you brought a kid in this world into that nonsense.
Yep. Listen, so you heard him talk to Tasha K. Wasn't he talking in circles and
He
trying to
was.
threaten her?
Yes, he was.
All
Yes, he was.
time.
Did you?
They did have the nerve to say, I could have saved you from your lawsuit. You should have called me. Who are
Yeah,
you?
Oh wow.
Who are
like
you,
like he's
Rocky?
some
And she was like,
gangbanger.
oh, can you save me now? Because I owe 4 million. He was like, oh, 4 million? Like, come on. He's a fool.
Yeah,
He's
he's an idiot.
Sin, you saw Rocky. What did you think?
Child, when Tasha said, no, he said, I only have one child in this world. And she said, well, I can't have no more kids. How many women have heard that story?
come on.
And when she said, well, did you have a vasectomy? Now, it's a medical condition. Well, what is it? You can't have no more kids. But my thing is with him is woman's not lying. The problem is he probably told her, I'm gonna give you some money, I'm gonna give you some money. And the money kind of dried out, right? And as a side chick, her problem is you didn't play your role right, chick.
Mhm.
You should have shut up and
Mhm.
sued his behind for paternity and got your child
Mhm.
support and got him that way. But now you making a mockery out of yourself because you got people like us coming after yourself because you was with somebody else's husband.
That
You know,
Yeah.
you don't take it to the media, you take his behind the and see how much Tasha, the court records don't lie.
Hey, Lily, how you been?
I'm good. How about
Hey,
you, Queen?
Have you seen? Did you see it?
well, no, I didn't see. I'm not paying for no Tasha K app. Absolutely not. But I saw the. I did see the phone call, and I took some notes here. So he said that he has a degree in psychology,
Right. Right.
so he knows how to play mind tricks. Basically, is what he's saying.
I mean,
He,
that's what he's saying, but I don't think he could have fooled me. Could he have fooled you, Larry?
well, I mean, not of course not me. You
No.
know, but obviously
He
he's
can't
fooling
fool
these women.
nobody.
He's fooling these women. He's fooling his wife and what have you. Now, if you notice, when he was doing the phone call with Tasha K, he said, first of all, he knew her government name, the girl's government name. Tasha K didn't even know her
that's
name, her government name.
So he said it. So is it Tijuana?
I
Wanda?
don't know what the name was, but he said, I don't remember, but he knew the government name. He also knew where the tattoo, because there was a tattoo of his name, and he knew where it was located. But he wants to pretend like he never had any relationship with this woman, but he knew that it was on her back. Um, uh,
Larry? Okay. Lily, I had said your name originally, so I think you misunderstood. Did you see any of the pre-show? That's what I'm gonna call it.
I watched Tasha K, not the actual on her website, because I'm not giving my money up to Tasha K. But I did listen to the interview with the guy. Yes, Unique is wrong, but he is the one that made the vows to Latasha. I blame him more than I blame that sorry mistress, and she does remind me of a stripper. You're right about that, Sharrell. But my thing is, all of them dumb to me.
Yeah, I didn't feel
All of
sorry
them.
for not one person in this
Yes.
triangle.
I don't
Nope.
feel sorry. And then he's manipulative, but
Well, I
he's
feel
not
sorry
good
for
at
those
it.
kids. I
The
feel
only
sorry for those
yeah,
kids.
the only person he has truly manipulated is his wife. Because just listen to him, this dude is not smart. How could Unique drop her panties for that? He's dumb. And I do not believe he's a, what did he say, went to school for psychology? Well, he better go back because he's not manipulating us. He's manipulated that wife, and she is dumb as a bag of rocks. I hate to say it, y'all.
But how
I
did
have
she
no
let
sympathy for
him,
her.
Lily, steal from the sister and you don't say anything?
Oh, karma. And it doesn't feel good when karma comes back. It never feels good. She's in trouble. It's going to get worse for her. I think she should leave him. I don't care if I've been with somebody 28 years. He done made a complete fool out of her. I know they said through thick and thin, but this is more than thin.
Not thin and stupid.
He controls her though, Sharrell. But if you notice something, she's used to being in control because the mother is controlling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like she went from one controlling relationship to another. The mother is a puppet master, and then she walked right into a relationship with her husband, who is another puppet master.
I'm not looking at her that way, Diva. I am I'm hating Latasha.
I know.
Yeah,
I can't stand her. I can't drum up one tear. I feel that what she did to Tamika was just worse than awful. It was just like, who does it? Especially when they explained how it happened. You had to change the address. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You had to forge the check. And
remember, it was going to the mama's house.
I believe the mama in on it. The mama's in on it.
Yeah, because they was living with the mama. Remember, Sharrell, and all the checks. Tasha said, Tamika said she changed her address. Stuff all went to their mama's house, but she don't know how come it didn't come to her.
It was awful. You stole from your sister, and there's no explaining. And you're walking around bold as day, giving interviews, loud and proud, calling your sister a liar. I can't.
Tomorrow she's gonna call Tasha K a liar, but your husband put himself on the spot.
He did. But my part was with him. And did y'all catch this? He went from R. Kelly's bodyguard to discovering Britney Spears.
That's a lie.
Yes, he did say
He
that.
did what?
I never heard that about him and Britney Spears ever.
He had in the music.
Michael Jackson.
He went from
Yeah.
R. Kelly's bodyguard to discovering Britney Spears.
Okay, I'm done.
He's a liar.
Britney Spears and them would have had nothing to do with
No,
somebody
Vince,
like that.
Vince, what was Tamar's
Wow.
husband's name? Tamar's husband, Vince something, Herbert discovered. No, was that? No, that was Gaga.
That was,
No, it wasn't
Lady
Britney.
Gaga.
No, that was Lady Gaga.
That was Gaga. That was Gaga.
But
I
I
don't
don't
That's a
know
lie
who
about
discovered.
Britney.
I don't know who discovered Britney, but it wasn't your ass.
It sure was.
Nope.
But
I'm
it
sound
took
off,
me.
Denzel.
He got R. Kelly ways. I'm sorry.
He does. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be
He
surprised
does.
if they said he peed on someone.
Ugh.
It's
No,
probably on tape.
I'm not trying. I'm serious.
Sharrell, right? She's right.
I mean, he's controlling. Listen, they had a full-on nasty sex ring going on when they were doing concerts. This woman to woman, town to town, city to city. It's disgusting.
Yes.
He did, Sharrell. I can't remember, but he said her name was Tijuana or something like that. Something he did.
Wanda.
Wanda, something like that. He said something like that. I can't remember.
Wireless, baby.
But I feel like it was the girl that was on the court show that you just
Yeah, it
saw.
was.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You
It
can't
was.
hide that accent. You
No.
can't hide that accent.
Her face just looks a little. She's filled out since 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Latoya, sound off.
How, Sharrell, how are you all?
Good. We're heated. We're heated. Go ahead.
I have been following this story like everyone else, right? There were a couple things that it all made sense when Tasha finally stepped up and spoke on it. She
Tasha,
was trying.
Latasha Scott
Yes,
spoke on
yes.
it. What did she say?
She put out a whole interview.
Oh, that thing
was-
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what I got at the end of that, because she knew about what this lady was going to say. At the end, she stated basically that she does not take her vows for granted, and basically that's saying, I'm sticking by my man. I know we've been through ups and downs. I'm not going nowhere. So that's why he feels so comfortable in saying to Tasha that marriage isn't perfect. Tasha tried to get him to say, did you cheat? He wouldn't say that word specifically, but he did say, we've done things and, kind of exaggerated around it, but we all know what that meant, And another thing, because Diva, I just so happened ran across, and I said, what is Diva? What? And so you on another platform speaking with the dad. And so just some of the things that the dad spoke about, not knowing that they were even married, and he didn't ask for his blessing in the marriage, but got up in front of the congregation. So to me, that was his way of saying, I'm in control now. It doesn't matter who was in her life, but I'm here now. I'm taking over. Because how can you be in her father's presence and he's a pastor and you not ask, before that time? Because it was a surprise to the father that he even asked, or spoke about them getting married.
Diva, can you give me the cliff notes real quick, what the dad said?
The dad was actually very neutral, right? But he did say he said that when him and the mom broke up, it was like neutral because they was kind of like not getting along. And she had another person, like not she didn't cheat, but when they broke up, she had somebody else, he had somebody else, and it was a mutual thing. But he also said that Tasha always been a mommy's girl and that Tamika was always a daddy's girl. He said that Tasha has blocked him. Okay. From all social media, everything. He can't get in touch with him.
Did she say why?
He didn't really say why, because he doesn't know why, but he also feels like they didn't have all of this tension that is being said on the show. He feels like, Miss Gloria is just coming up with all of this stuff, but she could be coming up with it for a storyline, right? Wow. And then he also said that Tamika has always been close to him. So he went in the hospital, he had heart surgery. And so he said she was there the whole time. Now his wife wasn't on the camera, but she was sitting next to him, and she pretty much was like, yeah, he was, Tamika was there for us. And Tamika, he has two little kids. He has a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, and he's 70. So he said, Tamika is close to the younger kids or whatever, but they all can't kind of get on one accord because, Miss Gloria is in the mix or whatever the case may be. He never actually said like, oh, I paid physical child support, because people ask him about the financial situation. Like, well, did you help them out? Because they pretty much said on the show, like, you left them for dead. And he said, he was there financially. He pulled out a 45 record saying that at 11 years old, like, I think Tamika, he helped them with the music career. And he said it wasn't Mama Gloria who helped them with the music career. It was him. You know what I mean? He
also had that booklet, like a big old album booklet that he wants everybody to see.
The receipts, right?
So if you had to take a guess, Diva, is the mom Gloria a whole hot mess?
Yeah, I feel that way. I feel like, how some women, when they break up with the husband, it's like they can't ever get over that. And if almost, I hate to say this, like Mama Evelyn from the Braxtons. So, yes, I'm sure some stuff went on. Yes, okay, your husband might have did you dirty, whatever the case may be. But it's like for you to hold on to all of that 40 and 50 years later. I mean, your daughters, one of them are they both in their 50s, or at least one of them is in their 50s, and you still holding on to what this man did to you over how many years ago, right? So it was like he was very generic. He wasn't trying to trash him, but he had his feelings too, and he's hurt also because he's being portrayed on this show like he's just a straight deadbeat, and he has been losing friends and church members, and all people have been turning on him as a result of what they're seeing on the show, because
Wow.
they're feeling like he was a deadbeat.
Oh boy.
And also, he said that he's never, even though he helped, he feels like he helped. He put them in rooms and did all of these things for his daughters to get in the business. He's never been to an Escape concert ever. He said he's never went because the mother has always been there, and he doesn't want them to have to pick and choose. And I guess probably hearing on the back end how she feels. And so they've never invited him or gave him front row seats or any of that. But at the same time, I thought to myself when he said that, it doesn't take your daughter to say, here, dad, because he said, they fly her out. I'm waiting to get flued out. I'm like, but it doesn't take that for you to buy your own ticket and support your children, though. Like, it doesn't have to be backstage and, it doesn't have to be all of that if you truly just want to support as well.
Let me try to squeeze one more person up here. Rebel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
I'm
you.
gonna drop down, Sharrell, and go to the chat.
Okay, thank you, Lily.
Thank you.
Take care.
You're welcome.
Really? I will say this really quickly, Sharrell. He said he doesn't know anything about the money. There's a lot of stuff that's going on the show that he said he has no clue about.
I mean, I believe that. Why would Tasha tell him? And by the way, my husband's a thief.
Right.
Like, please. Larry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you went out. What were you saying? Hold on one
Yeah,
second.
I was saying about the whole phone call that Tasha K had. If you notice, they were talking about the tattoo, right? And then he actually stated where it's located. Tasha K never said where it's located, so he's making it seem like he didn't really have a relationship with this woman. But how do you know where that tattoo is located?
And she asked her again on the app, and the girl did not answer the question.
Yeah, and then if you notice where I think he's trying to cover his tracks, because he was saying about the $30,000. He was like, well, Sound Exchange, they gave Tasha Tamika's money and Tamika's Tasha's money. So and then he also said something like, well, Tamika owes Tasha money anyway because Tasha wrote all the songs. So he's trying to play a game of cover up right now, and it's gonna fail miserably because he's been exposed at this point.
I think that he wanted Tasha to feel scared, to feel like, oh, he's gonna sue me if I go through with this interview, and she handled him real well because she did.
You got to give her your hats off to her. She did a good job in this.
Yeah, good. You did a good job.
But
what's so fragile about these situations when you have families that are coming to the screen? We all know that reality television, it goes way back in the closet. So if you have anything, it's gonna come out. And I think with the accusing of taking the money, only escalated to all of these other things, to where this woman that's now coming forward and the other one that are coming forward are on an I got them moment, because they're already pinned up against the wall and they're going to try to, get people in favoritism of what they're saying because of all the negativity they already are receiving.
Let me say this really quickly, Sin. Someone's saying, but I thought you hated Tasha K. That doesn't mean I can't say you did a good interview. And I don't hate anybody. I said I don't like what she did to Larry Reid. I hate this team mentality. Like, if you hate somebody, you got to hate them all the time. If you like somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't live like that. I live by what I see. And if I don't like the way she did Larry Reid, but I think she did a good job in the interview, I'm allowed to say that. I'm too old to be on a team. I'm too old to be on a team.
And hate is such a strong word, too.
I mean, but Sharrell,
yeah.
Let me say this. That man cannot say that Tasha owes Tamika owes Tasha money, because when Tasha was on the Divas of Atlanta or what, wanted to deal with her, okay, but her sister went on to write a lot of music and stuff for all of some of Tyler Perry's movies. Okay, she did a lot of writing. I ain't heard nobody say nothing about Tasha Scott wrote a song. I haven't heard it nowhere. So he did that. Okay.
Go ahead. Is it the real son Rebel? Can you sound off?
Yes. Okay, so something I didn't notice a lot of people talking about was the 30K. I think Tamika does not want to bring up the receipts she has because I think this is going to stop here. Any more information about the 30K, I don't think we're going to hear about unless Rocky does something, because I think she's trying to protect her mom, because the money going to the house, I think that really, for her, it's like, it's going to my mom's house. They lived there with my mom, so I don't want to implicate my mom in anything.
But her mom's name is not on the check or in that account.
I know,
so
but if it was going to that address, she's probably afraid, because she said she's not going to show any of the receipts.
Well, this is the thing. I would do the same thing. My mom could do me wrong. I just don't see me taking my mother to court.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I just can't do it.
That's how I feel.
Even though you did me wrong,
yeah.
I might not talk to you, but I'm not going to pull you into court to sue you for money that you don't have anymore.
I agree with that. Then why implement your mom on national television as if she knew she was in on it? You knew they took my money.
I think she was saying it like, Mom,
that was the spur of the moment.
Yep. I agree with Larry. It went down the way it went down. You seen that emotion just came out of her.
Yeah.
It just was like,
I think she just wants her mom to be on her side for once.
That's never gonna happen.
It ain't.
Did you catch when he said
with Rocky? That's why she let him have it.
Did you catch when he said about the he has naked pictures of Tamika? He said naked pictures of Tamika. Something about Todd was sucking on a tranny, and then Connie had all sorts of legal issues.
Because I came in at the end. Please repeat.
Well, it was on the phone. Well, let's go back because I was on.
Hold on. Latoch,
wait a minute.
Repeat what you said, Larry. What?
Yeah. So according to him, he said Tamika texted him naked pictures. Todd was sucking on a tranny.
What?
Well, that's not the context that he said it though. That's not the way he said it.
Oh my
that's
God.
Not the way he said it. He said.
Hold on, Latoch, you gotta let him finish. You can't keep.
But that's not the way he said it though.
I know.
Okay, say how he said it. Go ahead.
He said when Tasha K was coming up about the interview, he said, you think this is something, just wait. You hear all the other stuff that's just gonna come out about I was supposed to been doing this, Todd, and that's the way it came. Not that it happened. That's not, it just wasn't that context. He was just saying that you just wait, I've heard this, type thing.
Well, no, this is not the first time that I've heard this, because I think Michelle ATL, something like that, said that she had the same thing coming from him. So it's not the first time that's been said.
But that's why he said it. It came in, I didn't want to say someone else's platform, but somebody sent her text messages and all that. She was going to expose it on her Patreon. And so now that it's
it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how he said it. It was said regardless.
Exactly.
And that's the important thing. He's going to try to use that as some sort of leverage.
This man, doesn't he act like R. Kelly?
He's just trying to
pretty much.
While this is going on over here, he's just trying to do sleight of hand over here. That's all.
Yeah.
He's one of those slimy
Bishop
guys. He's just slimy. He's one of those type of guys.
He really is. I see him hanging with R. Kelly. I see him hooking him up with the women. He's just a slime ball. Do you think, Diva, that is Latasha ever gonna come to her senses?
It's 28 years. If she hadn't came, she ain't coming.
I feel like she's not. At least Wendy Williams had her breaking point. It was a baby, right?
Yeah.
So Latoch Scott, allegedly there's a baby, and she's still like, I'm standing by my man. I mean, so it's the foolery of it all. And my thing is we know there's something around the money, right? We can go back and forth about the exact details, but there's something about the money. But they say if you let people talk long enough, the truth will come out. So my thing is, he said on that phone call to Tasha K, and I said, bingo, they took that money, allegedly, I put before. And the reason why I'm saying that is because now he wants to change it up and try to say that they were sending Tasha's check and to meet the name, but Tasha was the one that really wrote the songs and this, that, and the other. So you're almost admitting like Yeah, there was a check, and probably like we took it because it was supposed to be Tasha's money anyway.
Anyway.
I mean, this is
Well, you know,
his
hey
own.
Diva, Tasha said the same thing though. Tasha said at least Tiny gave me my money, and gave Rocky her money. Tamika and Candy ain't never paid Rocky.
Right. Well, she's saying when Rocky did a job or whatever. But the thing is though, he talks so much. That phone call is going to be the death of him. But you know, when you're a narcissist, you think you always got one up on somebody. Because he also told Tasha he's media trained. He knows how to talk.
I seen that. Yeah.
He's a mess. I was like, yo, he was running his mouth so much and didn't even realize what he was saying. And like Larry said, you don't know this chick, but you know about her tattoo. You don't know this chick, but you know her real name. And Tasha said, I ain't even bothered to ask. I didn't even know her real name until you said it. So
if you make a liar talk enough, they'll expose themselves.
That part, Larry.
Is anybody else on this panel? Is anybody getting stripper vibes from Tia Wanda?
Yeah.
You know, to be honest with you,
I get prostitute.
To be honest with you, for me personally, I'm not so concerned about her. This guy needs to be exposed because women fall for guys like this.
Yeah.
And when they're exposed, you can, just pretty much get them out the way one by one. Because
you just told me that if you were a woman, there's no way in hell that you would fall for his game. Everybody needs to be held accountable.
Let me tell you something. People just want to feel loved. Apparently he makes Tasha feel some type of way. She's in a trance. And I don't think she can ever get out of that trance.
Tasha's in Stockholm syndrome.
Come on, Larry.
It's Stockholm syndrome at this point for Tasha. I don't think she's ever going to leave him because he says the right things to make her feel secure.
Exactly.
We know that she has a disposition about her appearance and her weight, and it doesn't matter how it comes. I think she got the lap band surgery. It's so funny because one of my clients was like, "Did that lady have lap band surgery?" I said, "What makes you say that?"
She looks like a bobblehead.
She still, her head shape is still the same. Her body, I didn't know what it looked like. She was like, "You can tell that that's what she got." And I said, "Well, that's funny because I feel like she's kind of insecure." He plays into the fact that she's insecure. He says the right things, and he made her feel secure for the last 27, 28 years. She's not going to deviate from that.
I feel like you're letting her off the hook.
No, not me.
No.
Because I feel like I agree with you, Sharrell, because when you say about any woman, I don't have any sympathy for any woman that that this man is in a committed relationship. And if he's with his wife, that means he's telling his wife, I love you, we're home, and all of these things. So when he tells you something that you think you want to hear, it's your fault because he's going home to her. So actions are showing that he's lying to you, and you continue to do it.
I got you all wrong. You're not letting her off the hook?
I'm not letting her off the hook, but I think by me not letting her off the hook, I recognize that she has an issue. Yeah. She has an issue that she hasn't addressed. Yeah. The issue that she needs to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Because what scared me was him whispering in her ear like that. It's scary. That whole relationship, him coming in and saying exactly what he needs to say and feeding on her, like her insecurity, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. So even if you watch that, speak on it.
As a woman, and you're married to somebody, you gonna know your man, and if his patterns start changing, common sense gonna tell you something wrong. But
she addressed that, and like I said, that's why she's not going anywhere. She addressed that marriages have their ups and downs. She takes her vows very seriously, and that let us know there that we've been through some stuff. This woman coming to the internet is nothing that I've dealt with in private, and I'm still with him. So she's not going to.
But that whole marriages have their ups and down thing, that's exactly what Rocky said in the interview. She's basically reiterating what he told her to say.
She's a parrot for him.
She is a figment of his manipulation.
Exactly.
Her whole image, what she says, even when she did that speaking it, he made her say all that stuff.
Yes.
Larry, you know what, Sharrell, I think, it's not about me feeling sorry for Latasha. she is a direct result of having an overbearing, very manipulative mother. And
Yeah.
so as a result of that, she ended up with a man that is the exact replica of her mother times 10, right? And then it didn't help that she had the insecurities probably her whole life. So even though she can look in the mirror and see she's slimmer, she still is that big girl in her mind. And that's why she got so pissed at her sister, because her sister said a normal statement of, you don't have a butt to kiss. She took that, blew that up to a whole nother level, but that was based upon her insecurities versus what her sister actually wrote. So she is still not healed. She needs therapy. She needs intense therapy. And like Larry said, everything that comes out of Tasha's mouth is by Rocky. She is spitting out whatever he says. She won't go nowhere, won't even talk to the girls, won't say a word unless she consults with him first. And he told her, "You're not going nowhere. I love you. Who's going to love you more than me?" He has already put all of that up in her head. She can't function without this man. He is going to be, if they do break up, and I'll end with this piece, Sharrell, if they do break up, she's going to be Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams went through that same thing.
She did.
Without Calvin Hunter, he told her, "You wouldn't be nothing without me." He told her, "I made you. I made that purple chair. You were on TV because of me." And Natasha is the same exact thing. She just appears to be a little bit stronger because she doesn't have these addictions with the alcohol and the this and the that. That's really
now.
That's separating her and Wendy Williams. That's my
he spoke on that. He spoke on that when Tasha asked him about Kevin Hunter, and he was saying, no, that's Tamika's husband, that a really good friend from New York. But he coincided that as because of the situation and dialogue, that's why, he's like, no, we're not the same people, even though we got the same thing going on.
I would rather be Kevin Hunter than R. Kelly any day.
Opinion. Let me ask you this opinion, because you got lots of opinion. If you had a crystal ball, what's going to happen next?
Oh, me?
Who you asking?
Yeah, opinion.
Dumb and Dumber ain't gonna go. Dumb and Dumber gonna be together forever. Okay, we just might well give it up. Dumb and Dumber is gonna be together. She the one that's gonna be licking on that pole, getting her tongue stuck. I'm just telling you. Latasha, she the one that you remember on Dumb and Dumber, the movie where he was licking that pole and got his tongue stuck on that pole.
So let me reword it. You're saying she's going to go into denial and they're going to stay together?
Yeah, that's Latasha. She got her tongue on that pole just stuck there. She just dangling by her tongue, baby. She ain't going nowhere. Okay, Rocky done love bum that girl to death. Okay, all that love bumming. She ain't had enough of it. Let me tell you something. The main thing that I got from her daddy is that when he left the mama, it was like Latasha left him. It didn't matter what he did. Latasha had wanted nothing to do with him. It was like she regretted he was, her dad. And I was feeling so sad for him because he was like, I really wanted to have that relationship with her because I was the one that put them in karate classes and I was their coach and stuff like that. He was like,
do you think Gloria's gonna sit by and let him cheat on her precious Latasha?
Yes, because she getting the money too. Let me tell you something. If you think Rocky ain't paying her to stay on her good side, Rocky is paying her. Oh, he paying her too. He paying her too. That's why that mama jumped up and looked at those cameras like she looked at when she said that. She was really shocked. She said it on camera. She said, "Cut those cameras off." And then she started looking around. She said, your sister when I did that. Oh, girl, yeah, I knew right then and there. I was like, oh, that mama getting paid off good. Baby, they paying that lady. Ooh, I bet she don't pay her note at her house, okay? She don't pay her bill. They paying all of it. Rocky like, let me have your daughter and I take care of you. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, no. I'm not buying it.
The dad said the house is paid for, just as an FYI.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know. I'm saying the mama probably told him it ain't paid for. He's still paying. Okay. If you think Gloria,
agree that
Gloria one of them old pimps. She one of them old. When I heard the daddy talking, I was like, oh, she one of them old pimps. Baby, I'm telling you, Miss Gloria, she get her money. Okay, because daddy said when he broke up with her, she was fine. She had another man right around the corner. I was like, all right, okay, I know Miss Gloria type. Miss
Now
Gloria
Miss
gonna secure
Gloria is
that
the
bag.
guy.
She gonna secure that bag.
After the father spoke, do you see any kind of healing towards him and the mom, Latasha, and Tamika? Because I know
this is what I asked him. I said, I pretty much asked that question, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Sharrell. This thing is based on Miss Gloria.
Yep.
Until you break down Miss Gloria, and I'm not saying like in a negative way, until you break down and get to her heart and really touch her, and I don't know what that dad could really do at this point because he's remarried and he has the two other kids in another family. I don't know if she's ever going to let that go, but until you get to her, you're not going to bring them all together because he pretty much straight up said it's Latasha and Mama and it's him and Tamika. So how do you get to Tasha? You got to get through the mother because Tasha listens to other people. If her mother told her go hug her sister, she'll hug her sister. If her mother said go speak to your father, she'll go speak to her father. So, and just like we know, if Rocky tells her to go do this, because remember, Rocky told her, he asked her first, was you going to go to the group when the group was going to go meet at the studio, right? And she was like, I don't know. He the one that told her, you go pick up that mic and show them who you are. So the only reason why she showed up that day is because Rocky told her pretty much to go.
Now, I know people, when you have children, they favor towards a different parent, but it's like the mother doesn't like Tamika. What?
Because she looked like her daddy.
Yeah, because
She don't like Tamika because Tamika fell in love with her dad. Tamika was a daddy's girl. Okay, and it seemed like Tamika had a really close bond with her daddy and still does to this day from what he said. It's the fact that Miss Gloria
can't
she got
control
this
her.
she got this deep level of if I don't like somebody, you don't like somebody.
Right.
And Tamika has not been like that. And it seemed like that's where the friction came into place. It became a split house. It was Tamika and dad on one side, Latasha and mom on the other side.
So I'm thinking this is a very, very dysfunctional family. And I feel, and y'all tell me what y'all think, it's best Tamika pulls away for a while.
Yes.
I agree.
100%.
Because if you can't see the forest for the trees and you already know your mom favors your sister over you and everything you do is wrong. But I will say this, Tamika has been able to stand on her own and make it for herself. Her sister can't. She's got a strong mind.
True.
Think about it. She went out and got married. Look where she is in her career. Not only does she sing, she writes, she's in a movie, but Rocky's never gotten to Tasha that far. He's never gotten her that far.
Buzz, sound off. We're living Wendy all over again. Me and you covered Wendy.
Right, exactly. So here's the thing. This one made me call in. I said if I get into this show, it's meant for this to get out. Think about this. When he called in to Tasha, when he talked to Tasha K, he was like, "Oh, that was Tasha's money." He said they was actually paying Tamika Tasha's money, and I'm like, that's where you got yourself caught up. I think he's been feeding that lie to Tasha to make her think that ain't nobody stealing, when he the one who forged all that mess.
So you're saying, wait a minute. You think that Latasha's speaking her truth. She don't know.
Yeah, because remember, when he talked to Tasha K, listen to that phone call. He said, no, they was paying Tamika Tasha's money. Remember? He was like, remember about Thug Holiday? Everybody knows she was on that and all this other stuff. You got to listen to that part again. He was like, yeah, they was paying they was paying the wrong person. He was like, they was paying Tamika Tasha's money.
That's
And
a
so
possibility. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. So I'm thinking that's the lie he's feeding Latasha to make her feel like, oh, I wouldn't steal from my sister. So in her eyes, she probably doesn't think that, Rocky's doing anything wrong. And of course, she ain't doing anything wrong because she don't know nothing about it.
All right, let
But
me go around.
the girlfriend.
Let me go
I'm sorry.
around the last time. And I'm gonna ask you all the same question. I'm gonna start with you, Buzz. Where do we go from here? What happens next? Can this family reconcile? What should happen next? What do they do next?
I don't know because Tasha even got the daddy block. Have you been following that? The father's interview this morning. The father's even blocked. So she's starting to isolate herself. Like you said, it's windy all over again.
Yeah. Latoya,
Well, I
what
feel
happens next?
Well, I feel it's a sad situation because guys like him when they're psychologists and they're the master manipulator. The girl that's doing the interview, I do feel at the end of the day she's gonna get her last laugh, only because now it's like she's drawing him out, and now he's having to do these interviews, and now he's offering to sit down.
Her last laugh. How? What do you mean by that? Because he's still allegedly the father of that baby.
Well, him being the father of the baby is not her ultimate dream. That wasn't her ultimate goal in that situation. So she doesn't feel vindicated with just having the baby. She wanted the man in the dream and all of the things that he was saying. So she's not validated and fulfilled still. That's why she still doing interviews and that sort of thing. And now she's drawing him out of his comfort zone in cocoon because he's always said, I have my own money. I'm just behind the scenes. And then that's when he got to throwing out the people he's worked for, wanting to get his props and all that. But that's what's going to be the downfall of them is him, because now he's speaking on the money. Nobody ever clarified who really touched, and it was just they stole my money. Well, now he's saying no, this money was touched and this was commingled, and he's putting other layers. He's speaking about the feds. Now I'm glad she did this interview. Now we'll be able to move, but I can't really talk about that. But he kept talking about it, but can't really talk about it. And so he's on a record. It's on the internet. All these things that he's saying, and now he's in the eye, not behind the scenes anymore, And so Tasha's gonna have to be really careful and start not being a Teresa Giudice and seeing what Joe got going on over here, or both of them gonna be in jail.
Sin, what happens next?
Well, it's sad to say the only way that these two sisters will get together is you got to chop the head off the snake, and it's a two-headed snake, and that's sad because nobody.
What? Chop the head off the snake? What you talking about? Like get rid of
Rocky and Mama G.
Kill Rocky?
No, I said, well, chop the head off, meaning you can do, bring it to the light. Hey, this, and this, and Tasha got to believe everything that's in front of her instead of everything that's been said to her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And
Larry, what happens next?
This is my sister. This is my sister. I'm gonna have to be with my sister because she's gonna need her.
I feel as if the mother. So for the mother. Last week's episode, I felt her heart when, she gave Tamika a hug and, they were crying together. That's the first time I felt like she actually really loved her daughter, but I feel like she's going through pain, right? And she needs counseling along with Latasha. But I agree with they have to get rid of Rocky because Rocky is the problem. He's the problem in this whole relationship. And I believe that the whole family needs to go through counseling along with the group, because if they don't all go through counseling, they're not going to get better.
I'm going to end with you last, Diva. Opinion, what happens next? Because this is a mess.
Well, first of all, I don't think it is or what happens next. Just me being honest, me listening to everybody's side of the story, I feel like even the daddy said it. He was like, it's never gonna happen. Like we're never gonna all be in the same room together. It's just not gonna happen. and he was sad about it. He said he wished, his kids could see the other kids because it's just sad. I don't know what they can do, but let me tell you something. That mama, she got to release whatever devil or demons she got floating around in her spirit because, baby, something in the milk ain't clean in her spirit. I'm just telling you. And Rocky is definitely not the good influence that she think he is. He may be paying your bills now, and he may be your good son-in-law right now, but I'm telling you, you ain't living no holy life, and that's why her music is plummeting now.
Yeah. Denzel, what happens next? What do you think's gonna happen next? This is a mess.
Yeah, it's messy. You know, yeah, the her husband can't be trusted. This is the thing. Life is really short, and I think, even though I don't like Latasha, I think she is brainwashed, and I think she needs to leave him, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't Tamika say that her and her sister Tasha were really close?
She did.
So I think that she needs to leave. I think she needs to this is my opinion. I think she needs to divorce her husband. She probably won't do that, but hopefully she will, because if she does that, she will probably go her and her sister Tamika, they might get back close. But I think they need to get therapy. They need to get therapy because life is too short, and this foolishness is crazy. And and the only we got to pray. We just got to pray for them,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the only thing we got to, that's the only thing we can do.
Yeah. Diva?
I think this show is going to help the sisters in the family.
I
get
was
back
just gonna
together.
say that.
You know what? I'll tell you why. Everything happens for a reason. And this exposure that's about to go down on him, because Tasha K said there's more she told him there's more females. Even if she said, pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, if I toss Unique to the side, there's more females that are sending me stuff, and said that all these females had the same private part picture that is allegedly his private parts. That's not just coincidental. So I think, and then according to Unique, there's other ones that have potential babies.
Yeah.
So I think this is about the blow up in his face. And I think that Tamika is going to be, Tasha's going to be backed in a corner where she's going to have no choice but to make a decision, because it's going to be too many. And I think she may know about some, but I don't think she knows the extent to what he's been in these streets allegedly doing. Larry, I just want to say this to you really quick. I want you to go back and watch that screen with Mama. She almost got me too. She almost got me, but she didn't get me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Tamika is trying to get her strength. And she said to the mother, I think I just got to back away. And that's when the mother woke up. Because the mother was talking a little slick when they met, right? Soon as Tamika said she thinks she just got to back away, that's when Mama was like, no, come here, baby. Come here, baby. I love you. Yeah, I love you. Of course, I love you. You my daughter. And she hugged her. Because in my mind, I'm like, Tamika and Tasha, because they love their mother. They're still financially taking care of her. And as soon as Tamika said she was going to back away, then Mama got her life together, was hugging her, talking about, I love you, whatever the
Tell
case.
the diva.
Amen to that. Amen to
But I
that.
really feel like she loves her daughter. She
She look
needs
dead at that
counseling.
camera. Go back and look at it. She look dead at that camera. She wasn't looking at her daughter. She looked dead at that camera.
Sure
She
did.
saw them cameras rolling.
Larry, I will say this. I don't doubt the love, right? But you notice that she loved her. I really feel like if Tasha was in that room, it wouldn't have went down the same.
I agree.
She showed
agree.
up differently when Tasha's not there. This thing is very deep-seated and deep-rooted, and it's a lot going on, but Rocky needs to be out the picture, and then I think they have the chance to come back together. He's
I
a
agree.
link.
He got to go.
I think let me take you off that.
He definitely gotta go. He definitely got to
Well,
go.
Diva, I don't think that's gonna work neither, because Tamika looks so much like her daddy that when Gloria looks at her, that's all she see.
But that's where the healing through counseling will come through.
Let me tell you what I think should happen next.
Okay.
Tamika and Candy and Tiny should do absolutely nothing. Step out the picture and let
Yeah.
life take its course. Rocky's about to be exposed in the worst kind of way, in a
Yes.
way that the mama can't deny it and Latasha cannot deny it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sharrell, can I say one more thing? When we spoke about the mom,
Escape already knew about all this mess. They never confronted her about it. They knew. They knew. You know, Candy know everything in them streets. She like Mama Joyce.
That's what I was just to speak on. That's what I was just to speak on. Candy did an interview, and she was talking about, you know, when the group broke up, and she just purchased a house, and she's like, how am I going to pay this? She started dating a guy. He had money, and, you know, she found out that he was cheating, and then she was telling mom about it, and she said the mom told her, you going to let that money go? Not considering your daughter's in pain. What can I do to help her? She was looking at the money, like, stay with him for the money. Look what he can do for you. Not how he can emotionally support you, not, you know, the mental capacity of it all. And that's what I feel a little bit of what's going on when it comes to Miss G and her girls. It's like with Tasha, she's the oldest. I'm sure she probably thought, because of the bond, how she had to be committed of taking care of the mom and doing for the mom. When we go shopping, I pay for it, little things like that. And it probably just grew to a more financial situation. But
you know what we could do to help, because the show is struggling. We got to tell our friends to watch it. We got to support the show.
It's struggling, but see, the thing is, no, not a lot of people are watching television. Everyone's watching it on YouTube. Bravo's doing a smart job by uploading it on YouTube, because it's getting, you know, close to, I think the first episode is probably close to 1 million by now, and it's being tweeted, you know, so they're getting a lot of attention from the show, which is not a bad
thing.
thing.
Way how you were feeling too, Sharrell, because I was like, what is going on when you look at the real time ratings? But yeah, I couldn't believe it either. But on the flip side, they're saying Bravo saying it's their new #1 show. Like
That's
Bravo
what they're saying.
because Bravo is feeling it. So hey, as long as they're happy, I'm happy, because I don't want them to like cancel the show because of what low ratings. No, because everybody's watching it and it's all over the blogs. You can't say it's not being watching it.
They will cancel the show. Bravo's saying that to gain traction. You know, you don't want to say this is the biggest flop of the season. You don't want to say that. You have to say it's a hit. But we got to support the channel. I could not believe the numbers.
Oh yeah,
right. But see, the thing is that
everybody should watch it in real time. I'm with you, Sharrell, on that.
right. So people are watching it on Peacock. There's different ways that people are watching. It's no longer the traditional, you know, just sit down and watch it when it comes on anymore. You know, people don't do that as much. The way that you can really determine a hit is if it's all over social media and people are talking about it.
Well, it's all over social media.
And streaming it.
6 videos in a row. I've got to find another story.
Right, a lot of people
they
are.
only gave them 6 shows. They only gave them 6 shows.
But here's the thing,
you know, and by the time you dive into one subject of that, you know, it just gets deeper and deeper, and you can't come off that story because it's just it's like a, you know, a layered cabbage. It just keeps, the leaves just keep peeling back, and it's like, where's the core of all of this? You know, it's just so much.
And it's crazy because people are starting to ask them, will they come back for season 2? Now, Tasha says she won't. Candy was like, I didn't want to do season 1, but everybody knows if it's the right bag, Candy will do it. Tiny, you know, she all for it because she trying to impress T.I. and Tamika trying to step out. Tasha, she trying to be the diva, even though she says she won't come back. But I think if she finally really breaks away from Rocky, she might do it again. So we need more episodes. This is crazy.
Hey, Sharrell.
I'm already in my pajamas.
Hey, Sharrell.
Yeah.
You remember that on the last episode of SWV and Escape Show? You remember when Rocky called Tasha anime?
Ooh, yes.
No, I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah.
At the studio, Sharrell. When he said, hey, anime.
Yeah, like anime, like to say
Tina Turner, Ike Turner.
That's so funny.
Well, I gotta step down, you guys. Thanks for having me, Sharrell. I enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharrell. Thank you. Excellent interview, Diva.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Thank you.
All righty. Have a good
Thank
night,
you so much
everyone.
for calling in. I appreciate it.
You have a good night, Sharrell and Diva and everybody.
Bye-bye. Girl,
Bye-bye.
we diced that show, didn't we? We just diced and sliced it. My goodness. It's a good show. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Think the ratings will pick up?
I hope so, Sharrell, like you said, but I think it's like Larry said too, we're traditional. Like, you know me, I still have my cable.
Me too. They tried to get me to, I'm not trying to get on no damn app. No.
Me either. So I still have my cable, so I still do watch it on cable, but he's right. A lot of people stream now. They see it once they drop it on YouTube. So they need to figure out a new way to calculate all the ratings. You know what I mean? And then give the number.
I'm sure they will, girl. We just old.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you, buddy, for coming on. You had some good. This is good.
Yeah.
It's a mess. And I have a feeling it's not going to end here. I'm trying not to do no more stories about it this whole weekend, but I might have to.
Listen, it's the gift that keeps giving.
It really is. All right, you guys, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. I want to thank everyone for the super chats. You don't have to support the channel, you do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Diva on 3. Let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, everybody.